I had just landed after 6 exhausting months overseas. All I wanted was to get home, take a shower, and finally sleep in my own bed. But the moment I pulled into my driveway, something felt off. There were 2 police cars parked right outside my mansion. At first I thought maybe something had happened in the neighborhood, maybe a break-in nearby. But then I saw my front door slightly open, and standing on the porch was Linda Harper, the HOA president. The moment she saw me, her face twisted with anger and she pointed straight at me, shouting, "Officers, that's him. That's the man trying to break into my house." I froze. For a second, I genuinely thought she was joking. "My house," I said, stepping out of the car slowly. 2 police officers turned toward me immediately. "Sir, stay where you are," one of them said firmly. "We received a call about an attempted break-in." I looked from the officers to Linda and back again. "There's been a misunderstanding," I said calmly. "This is my property." Linda actually laughed and crossed her arms like she had already won. "Oh please," she said. "He's lying. I've been living here for months." My stomach dropped. I walked a few steps closer, trying to stay calm. "Linda," I said, "I told you I was going overseas for work, temporary, not permanent." She rolled her eyes dramatically. "You abandoned the property," she snapped. "Someone had to take responsibility." The officer looked at me again. "Sir, do you have any proof this is your home?" I nodded. "Yeah." I said, "I do." But before I could even move, Linda interrupted again. "I have documents," she said quickly, pulling out a folder. "He rented it to me." She handed the papers to the officers. I leaned in slightly and saw it immediately. Fake lease agreement, fake signature, even my name was slightly off. I almost smiled, because at that moment, I knew she had just made a very big mistake. "Those are fake," I said calmly. Linda scoffed. "Of course you'd say that." The officer glanced between us. "Sir, we just need to verify ownership." "Fair enough," I replied. I walked past them and toward the side hallway. "Hey," Linda snapped, "you can't just walk in." I ignored her. I walked straight to the security panel on the wall. Entered my code. Beep. The system unlocked instantly. The officer's expression changed. Linda's didn't, at least not at first. "How do you know that code?" she demanded. I turned slowly and looked right at her. "Because I installed it." Then I walked into the garage access room and unlocked a small metal cabinet. Inside were my original documents, property deed, purchase records, insurance papers. I brought them back and handed them to the officer. He read them carefully, then handed them to his partner. Then looked at Linda. "Ma'am, these documents confirm that he is the legal owner." For the first time since I arrived, Linda looked nervous. That's not possible," she stuttered. "He signed it over." "No," I cut in. "I didn't." The air shifted. You could feel it. But I wasn't done yet. "Actually," I said, pulling out my phone, "there's something else you should see." I opened my security app. Even though I had been overseas, my cameras had still been recording. I hit play. The footage loaded, date stamped 2 weeks after I left. There she was, Linda, standing at my front door, using a key, opening it, walking in like she owned the place. The officer leaned closer. "What is this?" he asked. "Keep watching," I said. Next clip: movers, furniture, boxes,